NXT took place last night, and you started the show off with the NXT Championship on the line for the vacant title. You had Finn Balor taking on Adam Cole, and I think along with a lot of other people, were extremely disappointed that we didn't see the Demon. I guess he's just going to be Prince Balor. But it's weird because I guess the whole thing with the Demon is you can't have him as a Demon when he's a heel because the Demon will obviously be cheered. But you can have him as a babyface with the Demon because the Demon is popular. But I guess this is a babyface Finn Balor. It's obvious. However, at the same time, he's just going to be Prince Balor, and he's going to be a babyface. This sucks. I wanted to see the Demon, but Finn and Adam Cole had a very good match. I don't want to take too much away if no one wanted to see the Demon. That was a great matchup here. Not as good as the Fit of 4 Iron Man match we saw last week, but still a great matchup. It went back and forth. You had Balor get his knee injured early, and you had Adam Cole really working on Finn Balor's knee. He had a really good figure for a leg lock part that looked really painful actually for Balor. He sold it really well. He had them go through a couple of commercial breaks, and went 30 minutes. I thought it could go even a little bit longer. Surprised, I thought it could go longer, but it ended there. You had Cole hit some super kicks, and Balor kept kicking out. Cole kicked out of a coup de grace, and then Adam Cole hit his knee to the back of the head, and this time Balor kicked out, which was a surprise. They continued to go. They continued to hit to go back and forth until they get to the top rope, where Balor's knee is pretty much given out. Balor gets to the top rope when he's pretty much limping on the top rope. He's hurt, but then Cole comes up on the top rope. He kicks him. They fight on the top turnbuckle. Someone's going down. Cole goes for a superplex, but then Balor is able to hit a 16-19 from the top rope. And it's looked really good. 16-19 from the top rope. Finn Balor pins Adam Cole. 1-2-3. Finn Balor is your new NXT champion. This is his second title reign, and he wins the belt in a great matchup against Adam Cole. After the matchup, we see Finn Balor celebrate. Then he goes backstage, and we see Triple H there. You see William Regal there. They're both congratulating him. And then we see Adam Cole. And so it's kind of something you would expect to see on the WWE Network. The two wrestlers embracing, but they embrace backstage. And I guess Cole's a babyface now. And Balor was the better man. And they exchanged a sweet sign. And that's it. Balor cuts a quick promo saying this is why he returns to NXT as the NXT champion. They go backstage. We see Robert Stone being interviewed. He runs into a mini tank that, of course, is Shotzi Blackheart. She chases him away. He bumps into... Aaliyah comes and she attacks Shotzi, and Aaliyah bumps into Io Shirai. Io Shirai chases Aaliyah to the ring, and they beat her up. Her and Shotzi do, and they do basically what they do is almost like Shirai hits a moonsault on Aaliyah, and then Blackheart and Shirai have a stare down. So I guess I don't know. Shotzi is. I mean, it's not on the takeover, so I guess you can just do a regular show. It's not too bad. They show Candice LeRae at home with Johnny Gargano. They're getting ready for their dinner guest, which is, of course, Tegan Nox. And Gargano agreed to behave. Tegan Nox arrives at the front door, and Johnny Gargano is really annoying as hell here. Tegan's wearing a Bull Nakano shirt, which is funny. Gargano's trying to crack jokes as she arrives, and eventually they sit at the dining room table to talk it out as she eats dinner with the Garganos. Timothy Thatcher is having a seminar. This was okay. Velveteen Dream defeats Ashante T. Adonis. Not much here. Very average matchup. Adonis isn't much. Kushida runs in after the match to attack Dream. Referees poured in the ring to break it up. Dream tried to grab Kushida while he was on the outside. It's a battle. They do a video package for Breezango. They had the Gargano LeRae host. Things are awkward. Gargano excused himself. Nox and LeRae started to debate who was at fault for ending their friendship. They begin to hash things out until they go off the rails later. Bronson Reed faces Austin Theory, very average match. Not much. It seemed like everything was kind of filler between the two big matches. This whole thing of Super Tuesday, this is of course Super Tuesday 2, as I forgot to mention, but it felt like just two big matches. They had a whole bunch of filler in the middle. But Bronson Reed wins. They go to Adam Cole backstage, and he's basically a babyface. He's a babyface now. To put it lightly. Roderick Strong, alongside Bobby Fish, defeated Killian Dane. Good matchup here. Killian Dane's not someone doesn't offer much. I guess is he married to Nikki Cross? Yeah, it's him. But Killian Dane, I don't think is someone who's going to push much. He's just very average. I don't think he offers much to that company. But it was okay. After the match, they attack Killian Dane after the match after Roderick Strong wins. Drake Maverick runs in, and Killian Dane hits Drake Maverick. I'm not a fan of this angle. They go back to the Gargano LeRae home, and this is where things get good. Candice and Tegan start to get angry at each other, and they fight over Io Shirai, who's going to win. And then Candice says LeRae has never beaten Shirai. Then Candice LeRae throws salad at Tegan Nox, which was funny. And then Tegan Nox throws a drink at Candice's face. They're fighting. Gargano comes to separate. He yells at Tegan Nox. And then she basically says, "Fuck you, Johnny." She doesn't say it on camera, but she says it. And then she throws a bowl of spaghetti on his head, which was funny. Then Candice LeRae throws an object at Tegan Nox. She ducks, and it smashes her own TV. Tegan runs out of the house, and Candice runs after her, and Johnny Gargano just looks at his broken TV, which was funny. I thought this was actually a good angle. Damian Priest cuts a promo. Anthony Thatcher, I don't think anyone cares. They announce Breezango is defending their titles against Imperium next week, so I don't think people really care. Io Shirai faces Shotzi Blackheart in a non-title match. So the main event was next. Steel cage matchup. Rhea Ripley against Mercedes Martinez in a damn good steel cage match. One of the best cage matches I've seen in a while, and one of the better women's matches I've seen in NXT in quite some time. This was a great matchup here. I thought they both did well. Mercedes is great. Rhea is great. They got some weapons in the match. They threw I think it was a steel chair, a kendo stick, and a table in the match, and they beat each other up with the cage. Rhea got her ass kicked for a while, then she made a comeback, and went through a couple of commercial breaks. Mercedes Martinez and her, they were on the top rope. Rhea throws a chair at her. And there was a scary part. Mercedes Martinez gets her head wedged in between two parts where the opening in the cage where the two sides meet, which was pretty scary because it could kill you, but she was all right. Rhea climbs to the ropes, but Mercedes Martinez fought back to cut her off. She gives her a spine buster. Rhea has her standing leg lock, but Mercedes is able to grab the kendo stick. She hits her with the kendo stick to break the hold. Rhea gets the kendo stick, and then Robert Stone climbs the cage and thinks to herself, "Oh, for sure Mercedes Martinez is going to win." Not necessarily. She starts hitting the steel cage with the kendo stick where Robert Stone is. She pokes him with it. She climbs to the top. She's beating up Robert Stone. Robert Stone's basically hanging on the top of the cage. But then what happens is Mercedes Martinez comes. She hits Rhea Ripley really hard with the kendo stick, and she hits an avalanche neckbreaker from the top rope. And she hits her double down and a near fall where Rhea Ripley kicks out, which was great. Martinez sets up a table, and Stone is still hanging on top of the cage like he's dead. Rhea blocks a superplex when Mercedes puts Rhea up on the turnbuckle, but then instead of a superplex, Rhea hits her riptide. She grabs Mercedes Martinez from the top, and she hits a riptide, and she goes right through the table. And she threw Mercedes Martinez through the table. It looked great. Good table spot. Rhea Ripley gets in the cover. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley defeats Mercedes Martinez in a great steel cage match. Hell of a matchup and a great way to end a show that featured two great matches.